Look at the pumpkin on this thing. What a toad.
I'm Ryan Thomas Chat, and these are my stories from the field.
Lose you.
I'm happy. A fish.
With a lesson to learn that we crash and burn, and we'll never make it. If the smoke don't clear, could we face our fear that we'll never make it? Is it a chance worth taking?
Northern black bears. Arguably my favorite animal on the planet to pursue. I've never been able to decide if it's just the sheer death factor or the wicked adrenaline rush you get from watching a big boar pigeon toe into the bait site that has me hooked with pursuing these incredible animals. When it comes to black bear hunting, I've been absolutely blessed to find some incredible success for as long as I've been chasing them. This spring was no different, with its own set of exciting encounters.
Oh, we were so close. Oh.
Mandatory. You have proper signage on all of your bear baits. Giving your name, direct line of contact, WIN number, just basic information. It's not hard to do, but upgraded our signs last year because we were just using cardboard and Ziploc bags, and between the rain and the bears, they just kept getting destroyed. But these ones are a little more rigid. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot the shovel, so nature provides. But luckily, God gave us 2 shovels. Alright. I really wish I could roll up my sleeve.
Yeah, I bet.
Son of a gun.
Stretch your arm out and get the sleeve come back a little bit.
Like I said, 330, 340, but that's like shooting the most perfect.
That's with barely not dry firing your bow.
Yeah.
Or you can go into this one. But it's the full soft dump. I think that'd be a way better. Yeah.
If it was like 3 feet that way, it'd be mad. We're gonna have to buck down that one. Climbing this one last year. I think this one. Impact rate.
Hey, I'm Sam of Inkblood Taxidermy. I'm here with Ryan's bear from 2024 Bongo, And a couple things cool about this mount that different than others. This form is the biggest in North America. I couldn't find a bigger form. Ordered it special. They made it, poured it, and still I had to build up and alter this form like tenfold. I'm talking. So this bear had a 32-inch neck, 32 and a half, and that's tight measurement. Most bears don't even get close to that. And just the milling on the head, I had to like add tons of alteration just to get as big as it is. You can see how big the head is. So it was hours of alteration just to get it to what it began to look like when he shot it. The base, I know Ryan shot it in like April, so quite early. So once the snow melts, there's still just the dead leaves from the previous season. So we incorporated those into mounts and dirt, a little bit of lichen, moss, and a custom made rock. It's all purely custom, and excited to hang on as well. This is gonna be sick.
Alright, we're set up at the bait that I call cutthroat. It's a pretty good color phase bear, and I haven't got any daylight pictures of him yet. But just based on what I've seen in the night vision from the Reconoco cell cameras, I'm thinking he's definitely blonde or a very, very light cinnamon. Nonetheless, he's a great color phase bear. It's a little troubling because there is a sow at this bait as well with 3 Nerf football-sized cubs. Very fresh little things. They're adorable, but Mama isn't. I'm really just hoping that it's that color phase that comes in tonight. What I've done is I've taken some vanilla, artificial vanilla. Real vanilla is way too expensive, and sprinkled it all over the bait site again. I did it before when I topped up the bait earlier today. Now I've done it again. Gonna see if it livens it up. I had some leftover cheese slices, I guess if you want to call them, from our wild boar hunt that I just got back from yesterday.
Boy, did we land ourselves a beauty.
So I threw those in the barrel as well. Plus we've got all the bait that we threw in there today. I'm hoping that with that little extra bit of vanilla plus the additional bait that we threw in there, that it's enough to get this bear to come out before dark. Let's wait and find out. So while her cubs weren't on heel and with her right now, I know that they're probably not too far. So I'm not going to shoot her, nor would I go out of my way to shoot a sow anyways, even if it was a dry sow. That's just not what we do here. But I'll tell you one thing, she is hungry, hungry, hungry. She's doing a number to that beaver at the bait. But we're just going to wait it out. Maybe our color phase is going to come in at last light. I'm not too sure. It's all just a big waiting game. I'm not sure how territorial this sow is. So far, she's been okay with me. So far. Knock on wood. Let's see what happens. I'm sure she's going to come back again. Back for sit number 2 at the bait that I call cutthroat, waiting on this beautiful blonde boar to make its way in. There's 2 things that I'm hoping for. My blonde boar that I really want walks in, or these fires push some more bears this way. We'll focus on the task at hand, and that is getting a good bear on the ground.
Now Now, no sooner than when I said that, I had a small sow start to circle me. She got a little closer than what I wanted her to, so I had to shoo her away a couple times. Now, little did I know that this sow must have been in heat, because lurking in the distance, chasing her around, was the color-phased bear that I was after. Now, I knew if this sow kept it up, this boar would follow her anywhere. The problem was this sow didn't want to get to the bait any other way except walking through right where I was sitting. I knew that the color-phased boar had to be a little bit more in tune than the sow was, so I had to make a call and take whatever shot he gave me, even if that shot wasn't right at the bait barrel.
Double Down Outdoors TV is brought to you by MCS Net and Clutch Outdoors.
Well, that did not go at all how I had planned it up at this bait site. And it turns out that bear isn't blonde. I was always skeptical of it actually being a true blonde, but it's a nice two-tone color phase. And it was paired up with a smaller sow. Wouldn't commit to coming into the bait. They were just so on edge with the wind blowing right at my face from the bait behind me. They just kept circling and circling. And I saw my opportunity just over my left shoulder here. There was a lane in the trees and it was just too good of a shot to not take. That looks like an awesome bear. I keep replaying the footage. The shot looks good. Might have been a touch far back, but nonetheless, it's looking good. I can actually see my arrow over there. It went right through the bear, clean, passed through, and it's sticking in a tree. Awesome, awesome. It's been about 5 minutes, so we're gonna give the bear some time, send some texts, make some calls once I walk out to my truck and get some service, of course, and then deal with this. Heck yeah, that is awesome.
We're just gonna head into this beautifully thick environment behind us and see if we can't get up on him. This is some thick country. Like, this is where I heard him panting, taking his final breaths. Looks like there's a little bit of a goat trail here. And of course, with his hide the way it is, he's gonna blend right in, I bet. There he is. Oh yeah, he's a lot darker than I thought. Well, I'm all by myself, so it's time to make a few calls. I want to be out of here before dark, so what I'm gonna do is something I've done for a number of years now, and I have glow sticks with me at all times, so I'm gonna hang glow sticks all along a quick route out of here, so that when I come back in to get him, if it is dark or if we're still messing around in here in the dark, then we have a nice clear lit trail to exactly where this bear is. Alright. Just like that. Well, the boys are out at one of my other baits tonight, and I didn't want to wreck their hunt, so I dealt with that bear on my own. I'm gassed, but we're headed home. Those boys are still hunting. I hope they ring something up tonight. But I'm going home with a full box. All right, guys, well, here I am with my first black bear of 2025. And I mean, I guess we can call it a cinnamon, a color phase now that we actually know what this thing is. Just a super incredible bear. The plan came together pretty quick and pretty simple. We've been watching him for the last 4 or 5 days now, but he'd only come out between 1 and 3 a.m. So it was a little concerning if I was ever actually going to get a shot of him in daylight. And I never did end up getting cell camera pictures of him in the daylight, which is kind of unfortunate because it would have given me a much better idea of what I was working with. But to be honest, better than expected. It's not often you get a cinnamon bear that has this nice blonde inlay, almost like a two-tone color phase to it. Pretty rare. Nonetheless, I'm extremely happy with this bear. I'm extremely happy with how everything came together, and I'm happy that all the hard work we put in early this year, keeping the baits topped up, opening up some new sites like this one was, getting everything done and making sure everything was top tier, ended up working out in the end. There's still a ton of bear hunting to come this spring. I'm Ryan Thomas with Double Down Outdoors TV, and around here, we're always double down. Not too long after I shot my bear, my good buddy Nick Tebb went out and did the exact same thing. Except this was his first big game animal ever. This big boar started popping up on the Reconico cell cameras at one of the hottest hitting bait sites I've ever ran. Nick has been a huge help with baiting the last couple seasons, and he's been holding out for the right bear all that time. So him and his girlfriend headed out to the bait site, climbed up into the stand, and waited for this big bear to slip. When the bear finally gave them a good look, Nick made the shot count. We gave the bear the evening because it was getting late, came back the next morning, and found his bear lickety-split. Nick held out for all the right reasons and finally had himself his first big game kill. Sharp shooting, buddy.
So, we have a giant black bear that is finally daylighting. He's finally daylighting at a bait about 5 kilometers away from where I saw him last time. There's a sow and triples on that same bait, so I think he's coming in and he's trying to kill off these cubs, but this is a really big bear. I have a really good feeling about this one. It's raining outside right now, but it's not supposed to last long, and if you know anything about bear hunting, usually after a rainstorm, things go nuts in the bear woods. So let's get to it.
It's 20 to 7 now. The rain has kind of been spitting on and off really lately. Nothing's worked its way into the bait yet. I think that if anything is going to happen tonight, it's going to be last light or awfully close to it. So we'll see what happens. I'm assuming it'll probably be the sow with her 3 cubs to work their way in first, if they do come in, and the boar will follow suit. But I think we're going to be waiting a little while longer for this one. Smart bear.
And just like clockwork, the 3 cubs started making their way in slowly, with Mama Bear not far behind. This was one of the 2 things that had to go right tonight in order for me to get a shot at this boar. I knew that the sow and 3 cubs would probably hang out at the bait for around 30 minutes before the boar made his way in. And just like clockwork, about 30 minutes later, I heard a branch snap just to the right of the bait barrel. The sow gathered up her cubs and got out of there.
review the footage. Shot looked a little high. I think he was a little bit closer than I anticipated. Barrel's 24. He was about 2 yards to the right, about 1.5 yards in front of the barrel. I may have choked up just a touch. Nonetheless, I don't hear anything. You could hear him crash like crazy. We're gonna give this bear some time. That's a big bear.
With it getting dark quickly, I decided it best to back out for the evening and give the bear an ample amount of time to expire if it needed it. Even though I felt confident enough with my shot and figured I'd have about 99% odds of finding this bear the next morning, these nights are still sleepless. You never like to leave an animal overnight, but it's a part of the game.
6:30 a.m. Let's go.
We're just getting to the bait site now. And I'm just dragging the calf sled in with me because there's an ATV ban. Rightfully so. It's that time of year here in Alberta where things are super dry. I'm just gonna leave the calf sled here at the bait site so that I don't have to walk all the way back to the truck once I recover this thing to grab it. There's the barrel. That's roughly where he was standing, kind of between the barrel and the keg. Somewhere in here. Okay, bingo. We've got good blood, like really good blood. Yeah, he is just leaking. Looks like it's still only one side though. I mean, rightfully so. You can see that the penetration wasn't like amazing. So we're looking at his right side right now. It looks like he went down through this spruce tree here. Oh yeah, there he is, there he is. Oh boy, that's a big bear. Right in the middle of a little trail. This bear died like 10 minutes after I shot him, guaranteed. Oh, that shot is so much better than I thought it was. Oh yeah. Right behind the shoulder, got him right in the lungs. What a beautiful bear. Look at the pumpkin on this thing. What a toad.
Now, I didn't realize until I started putting this episode together that all of the audio for everything I filmed after I got the bear home was completely corrupted. So I'm just gonna try and sum this up as best as I can. It was an action-packed spring with a lot of bears. It was slow out of the gate, but things really picked up as May slowly went on. I knew I made the right call with my second bear to back out and come back in the morning when I could see what I was looking for, because I found the bear in less than 20 minutes. All in all, I'm really happy with how things went this spring. I got myself a beautiful color-phased black bear out of the gate. Nick got his first black bear and his first big game kill ever, and I closed things out with an absolute slob of a black bear. Bear hunting is extremely important to me, and it's a very big part of who I am. It's something I found a lot of success in and am just so passionate about. At the time I'm recording this, my 2025 fall season has come to an end, so the only thing on my mind now is spring bear hunting 2026. I'm Ryan Thomas with Double Down Outdoors TV, and around here, we're always doubled down.